It's got like the texture of Vaseline and tastes of plastic. Hello everybody, it's Barry here. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to my kitchen. You might be able to hear the dogs are just having their breakfast. But whilst Amy is finishing up, she is the slowest eater of the two, but she likes to savour the flavour, if you will. Let's rewind to yesterday when I popped to McDonald's. Hi there, can I get 3 portions of fries, please? Large ones. In case you haven't guessed it, today's video is all about French fries. Thank you, cheers. You too, thank you. Yes, there we go, the classic. Might as well have one warm one because the other's going to be cold. So enjoy my French fries. Now I've got to go in the shop with my mask on, get some ingredients. Today I am making actually one of the most requested videos I have ever been asked to do, and I've put it off for ages. Homemade McDonald's French fries. Alright, so this was last night. I did eat 1 portion because I'm going to need one of these for my thumbnail, but I bought 2 extra ones because, as you know, when that's a stereotypical thing, isn't it? When you look at the picture, like, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. I know the photographer for McDonald's, by the way, in the UK. He's amazing. But you know, it's never completely full, so I needed to buy an extra set to make it look nice and glorious to compare it against with mine. But don't eat a cold chip, no. I'm going to put a video up here. This is one I mentioned about the other day where I actually did a sponsored video for McDonald's. This one isn't today, where I basically learned how chicken nuggets were made and fries, and it was a really, really interesting day in the video if you haven't seen it. But on that day, when I went and learned about how the potatoes were sort of harvested, we got up on a tractor and it was just really cool, and I grilled the farmer so much. So I got as much information as I could. So based on what I was told, this is how I'm going to do it, and fingers crossed, it's going to work out rather stonking indeed. Now, believe it or not, the first bombshell fact I found out is that McDonald's fries don't actually contain any potato. They're made with real pug. No, they're not. They're actually made by a variety of different potatoes. The farmer told me that. He said they actually get them from all over the UK. It depends like the time of year and how they've sort of grown and stuff. They can sometimes be a medley. But the most popular one is a russet potato because it's perfect for making a chip. So this starch-filled blob is gonna hopefully become a McDonald's French fry like that now. It's a little bit sad, this one, because it's cold, but I can use this to get the dimensions right because they are fairly accurate. I mean, they're just gonna chuck them through a massive chip maker, which will just get the fries this exact same shape every single time. I reviewed a gadget like that, but we'll do it by hand. Now, normally, in fact, go! What's that? Go! But the actual length of the fries, I'm sure they used to be, I mean, they've got shorter. Doesn't matter, we can use this board. I mean, you don't have to do this. I'm gonna measure them right now to get them just right. So, yes, a McDonald's fry is 1/4 of an inch, typically square all the way around. So that means we've got to turn this into this lots of times. So what I'll do is we'll peel this down to give it as much opportunity as possible. I personally, my favorite type of fries or chips, whatever we want to call them, are when the skin is on. But I'm going to just try and get rid of all the nasty bits, just so it's going to be nice and smooth. Barry Lewis peeler optional, by the way, but there we go, it's nice and smooth. Oh no, it's not, see? Even these little blemishes like that, you can just get those off if you want. And I can feel the starch on it as well. We'll come on to that in a minute. So we're just going to try and give ourselves a nice sort of flat disc to work with, but then you have to go down the sides as well, so you actually lose quite a lot of potato. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is cut it down in those 1/4 inch dimensions into almost like credit card shapes, which is still not perfect. All right, we can tidy that up. Now this is completely overkill, but I'm just trying to get them nice and symmetrical, okay? So I've got pretty much a perfect square there, apart from that little kink on the end, that should give us some nice even sized fries. If I line that up and go down, and then down for the next 1/4 of an inch, and you can see, oh, it's working. Takes a long time, but it's worth it. There we go, looking rather stonking indeed, aren't they? Nice and consistent in size. That was 1 potato. So we've obviously got to repeat this now, but oh, not me. My epic Friday night last night, I party hard. I sliced 2 potatoes. This is 2 more potatoes, so that's 3 in total. And you can see that's at least 2 sizes of large fries from McDonald's. So that's 3 potatoes. You can see why they're, you know, they're doing well for themselves. All right, so this is a brownie tray that I'm gonna fill up with some water. That's me filling it up with water. All right, now this is good for any chip, okay? This is basically getting rid of the starch. So we're gonna have to wash it out. Look, if I just mix this around, look how murky that water has gone. That is the starch from the potatoes. Wow. Look how different that is. So I always do that even when I do, we normally make oven chips whenever we have homemade chips at home. We don't tend to fry them, but that really does make a difference. So this is what I was told by the farmer. Apparently the fries are plunged into cold water. So we've already got the cold water here with some sugar. Now I guess if you don't have sugar, well you should do. Everyone's got sugar, why did I even say that? As you can see, we just stir that in, let it dissolve. And we submerge these in this water, in this brine, for an hour. Let's stick it in for an hour, just to soak. Whilst that's in the fridge, my mother-in-law made me a homemade face mask. I got this morning, look at that. It actually colour coordinates with my t-shirt. Please wear a mask. All right, so that has nearly been an hour in there, and we're now reverting back to where I feel comfortable. This is how I normally make chips without the sugary brine thing. So first thing I'm doing is half filling a saucepan with water. So we're just bringing that up to a simmer. Once it hits that point, the potatoes are going to go in there. Those rectangles are going to get softened. Do not boil them for too long, otherwise you'll end up with like mashed potato, which is fine. But this video isn't mashed potato. But the point is we soften those rectangles, we get them nice and delicate inside, so when we get that crispy outside, you've still got that soft, fluffy, cooked middle. I'm excited. All right, we have got a nice rolling simmer on there now, and I have drained off the potatoes. So I'm gonna just chuck them in a little bit at a time. So that's them in there, and you can see, like I say, that has shocked the water. So where it was simmering before, it will come up quite quickly, but the coldness of these potatoes will actually like make it cooler. It's great. So it gives us a bit more time to cook them and keep our eye on it. And also the fact that there's no starch in there now, it will stop them sticking together as well. Pushing them around the pan like this can be very therapeutic, but don't do it, okay? Because they're so thin, they're gonna soften very quickly indeed. So if you start pushing them too much, you'll snap them and basically just ruin all the progress. So we'll scoop one out from the middle, make sure it's softened enough, and then we can move on. I'm not sure if this is true, but apparently if you go into McDonald's and you want a fresh batch of cooked fries, you can ask for them with no salt on. But the process they do anyway, which we'll talk about in a minute, they kind of cook them fresh anyway. I think maybe people mean that by doing that you get it pretty much literally, you know, it's just been put in the fryer and not sat there for at least 30 seconds, because I think that's the sort of turnaround they have. But look, this is the chips done now. You can see how it's got a slight bend in it. For me, that is enough, because it's wobbling any more than that and it will start to snap. Oh, see? We've got a casualty, be careful. Once these were all in here, there was a lot of steam coming off. You can let it go to room temperature or just run it under a cold tap like I just did and tip out as much water as you can. There we go. That's actually strengthened quite a bit already, but now we strengthen them even more so. We go on to the fridge process. If you can imagine, it's kind of like when you freshly bake a cake and it's warm and sort of loose, and as it chills and cools down, it firms up. That's exactly the same principle for these, okay? Get some of the moisture out. And we'll shove these in the... Gonna get used to this fridge. This is basically what happens with a lot of restaurants, not just fast food. To certain dishes, they make it externally off-site, or other companies literally do that whole process for them. And so then when you go into the restaurant or the drive-thru or just walk in, whatever, they just have to do flash fry, you know, just very, very quickly. Look at it when you go into a restaurant and you see like authentic slow-cooked pulled pork for 8 hours and you get it in 5 minutes. We've all been to one of those pubs. Just how the world works. People want fast food, and this is it. So they do all of this stage, and the next bit we're gonna do is that bit that they would do in the factory too, the first stage of frying. You know what I mean about the pulled pork thing though, right? It's like 8 hours, and it probably is cooked that long in a huge vat off-site, but then it's just bunged in a microwave in the pub. For the first fry, the softened rectangles are going to have a kind of sealed layer of oil around it to encase the softness in and give it that first batch of crispiness. Again, this bit is done off-site. I'm using the same pan again to save on washing up. Basically, and it's also the biggest pan I've got. I did have a deep fat fryer, it is somewhere, but I genuinely hate using it. I just hate frying stuff, and that temptation of having it there, I just wanted to remove that, so I've hidden it well. These are out of the fridge then. They are actually quite nice to touch. They're kind of like little ice lollies because they're so cold. Make sure they're nice and dry. The oil, I think, is ready. We're gonna take our time with it, and I've also got another chopping board here with kitchen towel to drain it off once they're done. So these are frying away lovely. Being very careful, but they are not done yet. You can't see any tinges, any sort of indication that they're crisping up yet, and that is what you want, just a nice outer layer. When it comes to filming with oil, I just do not want to hurt myself, but I don't know if you can see, I've got a very slight outer skin on there now, so I'm going to get them all out, back onto the kitchen towel safely. All right, so I'm patting them dry. And they've got this lovely little skin on them now, and this is the stage where they would be frozen and then ready to be shipped to the restaurants. But in our case, they're going back in the fridge. Alright, I've got some left over that were brined and haven't been fried at all. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick them in the oven, and I'm going to bake them like I would normally with oven chips. Although normally I blast them and get like a nice charness on there, I'm going to try and get that golden colour, and we'll see if there's any comparison whatsoever. Now the only other thing I've done is I took the oil from that pan, passed it through a sieve into another pan just to give it a good old clean. And I was also told that for the fry they do in the restaurants, they do have a little extra special ingredient. Yes, that ingredient is dripping. Beef dripping or lard, basically like just a slab of fat. Isn't it from up north? I'll have some bread and dripping on my toast, please. But it's like this. It's just like a big slab. No, it's got like the texture of Vaseline and tastes of plastic. But apparently this going in the oil, which it will just melt through, this will be fine. It's a fat, that will probably cling and flavour the fries. So just let that mix in. And apparently that does help flavour the fries. A little bit overkill, but that's what I've been told. All right then folks, so they're out the fridge waiting. I've got a little mini frying basket there, but I actually do have two of them. So here we go. I'm gonna just plunge them in. And I'm doing these in very small batches, just so I've got a bit more control. And we're gonna fry these until we get that lovely golden brown colour. I think it's done. This little basket is being amazing. It's my bodged fryer, but I really, really didn't want to use a real one. If you haven't got one of those, you could probably use a sieve as well. Oh. You see that? Oh, we have nailed the colour. That is very good. Before cooking, look at it. Yes, just enough colour. Right, we've got to get these done so they stay warm for the final salting. Yeah, just did it with the sieve, and that works just as well. Okay, so this is some fine salt. So I'm going for about, well, a tablespoon. That's actually really fun. So they're nice and coated. We're done. The kids have just got back. All right, Mrs. B? Hello. Oh.
Stinks of McDonald's.
Well, that's a good thing.
Is it?
Right. Oh, I was about to show you that I've done the homemade ones. That's with the 2 potatoes that I used, just 2 potatoes, and that's 2 portions of large fries from McDonald's to try and make it look like it does in the posters and stuff like that. Sorry, Miles, if you're watching. Quite a difference there. Obviously, these are stone cold, and I don't want to eat them again. Do you want to try cold McDonald's?
No.
No. There is this is slightly paler, a little tinge of colour. They do smell rather stonking indeed. Welcome to McBarry's. Can I take your order, please?
Please may we have some McBarry's fries?
Yes.
Fries, please.
That's because all we do. That's all we do. And eat those, not those. Trust me. A 1-word review from Phoebe.
Delicious. Stonking.
Mmm.
Going in for more.
Is there like any texture there or anything? Oh!
They're very thin.
Very
Oh,
crunchy.
Which is good.
But soft in the middle still, right?
Yeah.
Mmm.
Yeah, they taste better than McDonald's.
No, they're actually nice.
There is real crispness there, real softness. And if you want to see me do some more McDonald's recipes, I've done a few like an egg McMuffin and a McRib, which is probably one of my favourite things ever.
McChicken sandwich.
Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to subscribe for regular videos. Follow me on social media for behind the scenes bits and bobs. Let me know down below what you want to see next. And
They've eaten them all.
have you eaten them all? You rats! Right, as a punishment, have a cold one. Go on.
No.
Go on, I know you would. Oh, I know you. Go on then.
Very hard. You don't have to keep eating it. You can just take one bite, you know.
They're quite hard to bite into.
They're like, yeah, it's basically edible starch. I've got 4 college students to design their very own video. Welcome to the ultimate egg McMuffin race. It all started when we were sat in a McDonald's drive-thru dreaming of egg McMuffins. And that's when Tom said,
we could definitely make this quicker at home.
both teams will go head-to-head in the ultimate McMuffin race. Team 1, McBarry. Team 2, the McMuffin Men. So Team McMuffin Men will travel to a local McDonald's and back, collecting a sausage and egg McMuffin with maybe a challenge along the way whilst I cook some at home. Okay, the official exchanging of the challenges has commenced. The guys are off.
Good
All right,
luck.
they've already started. See you guys, good luck. So my bodged crew for the day, I've got no Tom, I've got India and Kieran here. How are you doing?
Stuck with us.
Yeah, we're going to try and do a homemade sausage and egg McMuffin before they get back. All right, sausage and egg McMuffin, very, very simple. And before you ask...
Yes, you can make a sausage egg McMuffin in an air fryer.
So, very simple ingredients. You need some pork mince, which we're going to season with some salt and pepper. You need an egg, and in case you don't know it's an egg, we've even labelled it for you. We're going to butter these muffins, so butter. An English muffin, I don't know why it's called an English muffin. You can let me know down below if you want. Have that. And last up is the cheese, which I actually went in the supermarket last night, and I got into a bit of a weird debate with myself about which cheese to pick.
See, all of these look a bit too yellow.
And the red Leicester's a bit too red. In the end, I opted for this sort of stuff, which you can literally slap on a wall and, well, you can tie your house with it. So, pork mince, salt and pepper going in. Oh wow, it's really, really cold. Potentially like someone's egg McMuffins, but let's not go there. It's too early yet, we've got to get going. There we go, how did that look on B-cam? Did it look good?
I think it did, yeah.
Right, nice. Pork mince can't ever really look that great, but yeah, well, at least we've got the lens cap off. This is a good start.
Hello.
How are you getting on?
I'm good, doing good. I've just been distracted by a phone call. What's up?
Yeah, not slowing you down too much, I hope. Look, I have a confession to make. I've nicked your card in the hope that you'll buy us all breakfast.
All right. Muffins for everyone.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, thank you very much.
Alrighty, as you'll see on the screen right now, I did a very exciting task earlier of comparing the size of the cookie cutter with the English muffin. And as you cook meat, as we found before, it tends to shrink. So we're going slightly bigger on this. I haven't had the egg McMuffin for ages, but we are gonna go fairly big on this, I think, but then use the cookie cutter to kind of bring it into some sort of shape. And at the end of the day, the way I'm thinking is if I make it bigger, why am I talking too much? We've got a race here. We've got ourselves our pork patty. This goes in the fridge for a couple of minutes whilst we work on the eggs.
We've got a little letter.
A muck challenge, very good, Barry.
Yeah.
Very clever. Right. Order in a foreign language. I don't speak a foreign language.
I don't speak a foreign language.
Guess I can try.
We've both got challenges. I decided to open mine earlier and it was that I had to be blindfolded. So I've decided I'm gonna pick the egg step as the step that we are gonna choose. So I feel comfortable doing this. This is the, oh my gosh, do I? I'm like spray oil the the ring boat getting all over my hand. Guys, you two are literally the smartest in the room right now. Is this going well?
Not really. Right, you're up, Alex. What you got for us?
Ahoj, můžu se objednat McMuffina?
Oh my gosh, that's sizzling. This is dangerous. Please don't show this to your teachers. So the aim is to get the egg into the mold. How are we doing? Is that good?
That's great.
Oh my gosh, we're frying an egg. Right, let's... Stupid idea. We're racing in time anyway. We haven't got... What the...
Můžu se objednat McMuffina? Yeah. 3 of them.
It'd be interesting to see if we actually get what we ordered. It was a good challenge from Barry. That slowed us down for sure.
Sorry, guys, this isn't normal. I feel like we've lost time there.
Wow.
Keep going, keep
I'll go again, I'll go
going,
again.
go again.
Yeah, I can put it in there, yes. Butter goes in. Blindfold optional. Spray all inside of it again. Egg into the cookie cutter.
Don't miss it.
Got some water here. This is going to go in the pan, okay?
This weight is not ideal. I don't know what the guy in front's ordered, but I think it's probably quite a lot of food.
Going to break the egg yolk up a little bit. And now, a lid is going to go on top. To kind of act as an oven to cook that egg through. And we're muck doing this.
Oh yeah, thank you. Here we go. Thank you very much.
Am I allowed to wave to it?
Cheers. Yeah, wave. Have a nice day. Cheers. Bye. Let's
got it right.
Let's double check it's the right order first of all. Oh yes, sausage and egg muffin. Right, mission accomplished. Let's get back.
Woo! Look at that steam. Take this thing off. I'm quite disappointed in the height of that egg, actually. Muck eggs are probably fatter than that, but we'll go with it. There we go, and if I just put that next to it, you can see it's not shrunk, it's not grown. That is pretty much the perfect size.
Yes, this guy knows. He knows we're on a mission.
Here is our chilled pork patty. It is actually quite big, I'm worried now, but it really needs to shrink. I'm gonna get some more pepper on it, and because I'm genuinely in a hurry, I'm gonna lid it again, just to try and accelerate the cooking time.
It is properly wet down here though. And that is a flood. That's a proper flood.
Ah, it does? Does it look good? Awesome.
It looks nice.
Yeah? Would you eat that at college? Like I've just said to Kieran off camera, like they're not here yet, and we're nearly done. This is awesome. Toasting up the muffins. They get buttered. The pork's cooking away.
Yeah.
These guys are doing a great job. Don't know where the dog is.
Temporary traffic lights. Typical 4-way temporary traffic lights.
Yes! So before we build this, I want to talk about the aesthetics of a McMuffin. I just Googled it a minute ago, and like this is how an Egg McMuffin looks, or should look, as we'll find out. I thought we'd found out by now, but they're not here yet. But this is how I want it to look. I want that cheese drenched on the muffin, the whole thing.
Do not know we're in a race. Here we go. Here we go. We're away.
Base freshly buttered and still slightly warm. The cheese, which is probably 10% cheese, but we'll go with that. I just really liked the colour. All right, so we drape this over. This doesn't feel right. This does not feel how it should be.
At least we're not stuck in all of this.
Sausage going down. Oh my word, that is a big old piece of pork.
That is yum.
Now the egg, which was disappointingly thin, and then the lid on top. We've got so much time, they've not turned up, that we can probably put this on the spinner, you know, and make it look rather awesome indeed. Well, the irony is my Ring camera has literally just gone off, and it's now cold.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be cold when we try it now.
Yeah, oh, here they are. How was it?
Not as good as yours by the look of it.
I think ours is just as cold. Oh my gosh. Oh, upside down. Wow. That is an absolutely crazy height difference. Look, it's literally like half the height. All right, I've just warmed it up. How the heck do you slice an Egg McMuffin into like 6 pieces? Oh wow, okay, it's just falling apart. Will it be Team Barry or Team McMuffin Men? It tastes like rubber. Blimey. I'm gonna be biased because I made it homemade.
Homemade.
Definitely homemade.
Homemade doesn't taste like an elastic band.
Homemade is a lot more flavourful. Homemade's a lot more crunchier and authentic.
Yep, he's not bothered, he'll have either of them. Alright, this video would not have been possible without the help of these lovely students on work experience from Western College, so thank you so much for them. I'm going to go eat a lot of Egg McMuffins. Ciao!